Welcome to Storytime Moments with Mima, where I, Mima, read stories to my grandchildren and anyone else who wants to listen in. Hope you enjoy. Today I'm going to read you two books, Something from Nothing and Joseph Had a Little Overcoat. I'm reading them both to you in the same episode because the two books are very similar, as you will see. But I like them both, and I couldn't choose which one I wanted to read, so I'm going to just read them both. Something from Nothing is written by Phoebe Gilman, and she credits this story being based on a Jewish folktale. Joseph Had a Little Overcoat, written by Sims Tabak, credits this book being based on a Yiddish folk song that he learned as a child. One thing to watch for in the Phoebe Gilman story is that she actually has two stories here. There's the one that I'm going to be reading, and there's another story underneath about some mice. So here comes Something from Nothing. When Joseph was a baby, his grandfather made him a wonderful blanket to keep him warm and cozy and to chase away bad dreams. But as Joseph grew older, the wonderful blanket grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "Joseph, look at your blanket. It's frazzled, it's worn, it's unsightly, it's torn. It is time to throw it out." "Grandpa can fix it," Joseph said. Joseph's grandfather took the blanket and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. "There's just enough material here to make a wonderful jacket." Joseph put on the wonderful jacket and went outside to play. But as Joseph grew older, the wonderful jacket grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "Joseph, look at your jacket. It's shrunken and small, doesn't fit you at all. It is time to throw it out." "Grandpa can fix it," Joseph said. Joseph's grandfather took the jacket and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. "There's just enough material here to make a wonderful vest." Joseph wore the wonderful vest to school the very next day. But as Joseph grew older, the wonderful vest grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "Joseph, look at your vest. It's spotted with glue and there's paint on it too. It is time to throw it out." "Grandpa can fix it," Joseph said. Joseph's grandfather took the vest and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. "There's just enough material here to make a wonderful tie." Joseph wore the wonderful tie to his grandparents' house every Friday. But as Joseph grew older, his wonderful tie grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "Joseph, look at your tie. This big stain of soup makes the end of it droop. It is time to throw it out." "Grandpa can fix it," Joseph said. Joseph's grandfather took the tie and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. "There's just enough material here to make a wonderful handkerchief." Joseph used the wonderful handkerchief to keep his pebble collection safe. But as Joseph grew older, his wonderful handkerchief grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "Joseph, look at your handkerchief. It's been used till it's tattered, it's splotched, and it's splattered. It is time to throw it out." "Grandpa can fix it," Joseph said. Joseph's grandfather took the handkerchief and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. There's just enough material here to make a wonderful button. Joseph wore the wonderful button on his suspenders to hold his pants up. One day his mother said to him, Joseph, where is your button? Joseph looked. It was gone. He searched everywhere, but he could not find it. Joseph ran down to his grandfather's house. My button, my wonderful button is lost. His mother ran after him. Joseph, listen to me. The button is gone, finished, kaput. Even your grandfather can't make something from nothing. Joseph's grandfather shook his head sadly. I'm afraid your mother is right, he said. The next day, Joseph went to school. He said, as his pen went scritch, scratch over the paper. There's just enough material here to make a wonderful story. Phoebe Gilman wrote this book in 1992. Then in 1999, Sims Tabak wrote his version, and this one was given the Caldecott Medal Award. You'll notice that in his version, Joseph is a man as opposed to a little boy, and he makes the adjustments to his coat himself as opposed to his grandfather making it. But one thing that's super unique about this one is the way they made it is here's his jacket, his coat, and when you turn it over and becomes the jacket, you can see they made the page with a hole. So like for example over here, here's his jacket and now he's going to make a vest and there's a hole in the paper where it then comes over to the vest of the same fabric. So I hope you enjoyed Joseph Had a Little Overcoat. Joseph had a little overcoat. It was old and worn. So he made a jacket out of it and went to the fair. Joseph had a little jacket. It got old and worn. So he made a vest out of it and danced at his nephew's wedding. Joseph had a little vest. It got old and worn. So he made a scarf out of it and sang in the men's chorus. Joseph had a little scarf. It got old and worn. So he made a necktie out of it and went to visit his married sister in the city. Joseph had a little necktie. It got old and worn. So he made a handkerchief out of it and drank a glass of hot tea with lemon. Joseph had a little handkerchief. It got old and worn. So he made a button out of it and used it to fasten his suspenders. Joseph had a little button. One day he lost it. Now he had nothing. So Joseph made a book about it, which shows you can always make something out of nothing. As I said, I enjoy both of these books. I love the story, and I hope we'll always remember we can make something out of nothing. Thanks for joining today's Storytime Moments with Mima. Now, go make it a good day and valiantly follow God.